So happy to talk to you. And good
We
evening, I guess.
Yes, it is 5:15 here, so good afternoon, I suppose.
Yeah.
It is so lovely to speak to you. We are huge fans. I'm from a radio station called Hot 1027. We play the best old school and R&B, so you are an old school legend. I can tell
All
you that
right.
for free.
Well, like going back to Miami when our from by the Blues Brothers, it's a hot track.
It certainly is. So, just on the show, the unbelievable show, tell us about why season two, you came back for season two, more on unbelievable stuff. Tell us a little bit about why you're back.
Well, because there were I think there's limitless stories to be told here. We were able to do some neat stuff in season one, but now we're going to get into as well as the paranormal and supernatural and unexplained and the haunting we're going to get into human behavior and medical strange medical afflictions and just the lengths that people go to make their dreams come true and make their goals happen, and in terms of crime sometimes, and in extreme situations where they're on missions where they have to save people or escape. We have a guy there who he built a little tiny car and to go under the gate at the checkpoint in East Berlin. And I mean, the boldness of that just astounded me. We have a case in Japan of mass hysteria among schoolgirls who couldn't stop laughing for days. Last year, we treated the dancing plague of the 1500s in France, where 400 people died because they danced themselves to death. And it's astounding that to me that these events really happened, and that's why I think everybody loves the show, because we're agog at the fact that it's true. And my researchers are so good at History Channel. They vet these stories really, really effectively. And so all of us, I know, we all have a common interest in strange, physics defying and reality defying events and stuff. So I'm privileged to do the show. We're doing some great stuff in the 1800s in America, the turn of the century, going right into the 20s. There was a sport, an event that was called train crashing.
Oh,
They
wow.
would take two locomotives with 3 or 4 cars. They'd build tracks so that they were absolutely opposing each other. They would get up to speed, and in front of spectators, paying spectators, they would wreck these locomotives, crash
Oh,
them.
my.
And this is this is here human behavior going to extremes for a pleasurable experience and a laugh and a little shot of adrenaline. Hey, let's wreck a couple of trains. So that really happened. Then there's the famous chase down the hill with the cheese wheel in England. This tradition of they have this cheese wheel, and you win the wheel if you can catch it. And they roll it down this steep, near 90-degree incline, and people by the hundreds run down after this wheel, and the injuries are unbelievable. They're rolling, they're breaking things. Doesn't matter. They got to get that wheel. So some of the stuff that's unbelievable to me is just what we do as human beings to get through life.
Yeah, I must say that I do have a similar kind of penchant for the strange, stranger to the strange. And whenever I travel, I like to go and watch the weird daytime TV on at the time. In Germany, it was competitive wood chopping, talking
Uh-huh.
about strange human behavior.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In the UAE, I visited, there was competitive camel racing, and people would drive alongside the camels in their vehicles. And in the United Kingdom, it was QVC. I was selling cardigans with strange buttons on them. So there are
Mm-hmm.
very strange things. You've named a couple of the unbelievable things, Dan, and that's really great. What I want to do is do a kind of top 10 list. But if you could maybe give me your top 5 things that, like you said, left you absolutely agog. The one that really spoke to me was the one about the bear that was a war hero for the Allies in World War II. Extraordinary. And how did that happen? Do you
Yeah.
have like, it doesn't have to be 5, it could be top 3, just really astounding nuggets that you thought, no way. But like you said, well researched by the History Channel and absolutely true.
Well, we love animal stories, so I think
Yes.
the bear would be right up there. Then there was a dog that toured that survived a battle. I believe it was in France, and toured all over with the armed forces, giving a great morale boost to armed forces members. Um, there are things like, well, Mrs. Winchester. There, she was descended from the husband of the. She was married to the descendant of the Winchester rifle fortune, and she was
Mm-hmm.
so afflicted by images and sights and clairvoyant visions of souls attacking her, mostly indigenous, Indian, American, Native American souls, because of how many of them had been killed by the Winchester rifle. So she built a house. You know about the Winchester Mansion?
I don't. I try to
Yeah.
not watch horror movies, but I do believe that there have been films made about it.
Well, yes, I think a documentary. And she built this house out of a little old farmhouse, and then it ended up with 500 rooms with stairways that went nowhere, and doors that opened up onto nothing, and doors that opened up onto huge spaces, and tiny doors that opened up into little spaces, and
Wow.
just to try to confound these spirits. So that to me is it was one of them, and I love the military hardware called the sky hook. So a spy is in country, and you want to extract the spy. You
Yeah.
fly over with a cargo plane. You throw out a hook. He grabs it, hooks onto his belt, and it's like like 200-300 feet, and the plane picks him up and winches him in. This was used frequently in World War II. The sky hook to extract intelligence operatives. So again, what's unbelievable to me and astounding and wonderful and entertaining is this all comes from human experience. The unbelievable is, if you don't have a human being to believe or not to believe, you don't have much. So it's a very human-driven show. This, even though we do technology and medical technology and medical afflictions and science, all of it is as a result of human achievement
Mhm.
and also of human folly in many of these cases.
Thank you so much, Dan. Very, very excited to have spoken to you. Absolute
Sure.
childhood hero and returned to be an adult hero. And very much looking forward to the show. And thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you very much.